So this is one way you can enjoy the Cherry Blossom Festival.
Which way is that, Abigail?
Here at the tidal basin, but as you can see, it's extremely busy.
So busy.
So there are other ways you can enjoy it. There's this, and this,
and this. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, we're Abby and Jay. We recently moved to Rosslyn, just a short walk across Memorial Bridge towards DC's most iconic monuments.
It's a perspective of the Washington Monument that you never see. There's no water. And in December we were here and John dropped a tripod head in the water. So we're checking to see if we can find it.
No luck here. Oh well. Around this time, we were just settling into our new apartment and loving the fact that we're within walking distance of sites like this that are quintessentially DC. But we were also ready for a change. Of season, that is. Our wish came true with the first blooms of spring, the beautiful tulips at the Netherlands Carillon. This was a gift of gratitude from the Dutch to the United States for their assistance in World War II. It is 53 bells at the top, and every hour on the hour these bells remind us of how much we have to be grateful for. And we can honestly say we are so grateful to see these first few signs of spring, which brings us to the start of a very special spring celebration in the District of Columbia. On this particular day, we headed to the MLK Memorial to look for signs of the start of this remarkable festival.
Abigail has instructed me to tell you that we're a little bit too early.
Yep. Cherry blossoms are not quite here. They're nearly here, but it looks like it's going to be
One more week.
One more week to go, so we'll come back then. Fortunately, this is just down the road from us, so super easy for us to get here. Might even be scooting weather by the time we come back and see it. Who knows? But right now, what do you want to go do?
Have coffee.
Coffee. It is a chilly day and it's time for some coffee. And then what are we going to do later? After coffee?
Have more coffee.
No, we're going to Bubby's. New favorite burger joint. So yeah, we got some walking to do to earn that burger. Longer to the coffee shop. Are you happy?
Absolutely.
Tell your face you're happy.
After the coffee.
Okay. What's the verdict?
They say it's award-winning and I tend to believe it. Really, really good coffee.
Do you think this is now a new favorite above Compass coffee?
It's better than Compass coffee.
Okay.
There's the burger joint.
So happy. Yeah.
Bubby's is a 100% junk food joint that was recommended to us by our favorite app, Happy Cow. People often have a misconception about vegans, thinking that we must be super healthy because all we eat is plants. But we can assure you, gems like this one make a junk food fanatic out of anyone, vegan or not. But at least it's conscious junk food.
Yay! Have you told your face you're happy?
I'm so happy.
We can see it, you're positively beaming.
Sure, I'm beaming.
It's these hole-in-the-wall kind of places that you would, if you didn't know about them, you'd just walk past. And the first time we came here was what, 2 weeks ago? And now we're back, and their menu is fully vegan, so everything on the menu is completely vegan.
It makes it so easy, and also it's something you want to support.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not a few scraps in between.
Yeah. I don't think it makes it easy though, because we're not used to having so much choice. And that's the only problem. It's definitely a place you have to come back to again and again, because it's so much to try. Although you've gone through exactly the same one.
Yeah, but that was so good. It's certainly the best burger I think I've had. So it's chicken and peanut butter and some kind of jelly.
Jam, for those of us in the southern hemisphere. And then mine is a chicken burger, and I've added, it looks like a KFC kind of burger, chicken burger, with bacon and cheese. Alright, here you go. Look good.
Peanut butter and jelly
Mm-hmm.
on a burger.
Chicken. Good. It's like, I don't think you'd be able to tell that this is vegan and not like fried chicken. They are substantial burgers, it's a substantial meal. I challenge any meat eater to taste the difference if we were to do a blind taste. I don't think they'd know, because the way that they spiced it and they fried it and the texture, I mean, decades ago when we were still meat eaters, this reminds me of KFC. Only better. Okay, now we're going to carry on walking it off. Little Georgetown flea market on the way back home.
Oh, you know what's going to happen now?
What's going to happen now?
We're going to walk past our favorite bookshop.
Ooh. Not that we can buy any books, Kindle for the win, in the interest of minimalism. Yeah, but let's go get the sensory experience. Okay? Oh, just by the way, this is where I had my scooter accident. I drove my scooter into that railing and broke it. The second time I rode it. Oops. That's cool, eh?
I don't like sharing my bookshop with so many other people.
No, I know, how rude.
How rude.
Did they not know that you were visiting today? What a difference a couple of days makes.
These blossoms are out.
They are out. Don't know if you can see much, but they are well and truly here.
We need some nice sunshine.
Yeah, we do. It's a bit cloudy, so we're going to be patient. It is after work. John's just come from class. But today is the first official day of the cherry blossom tree bloom thing.
Okay, that was an Abigailism.
As you can see, it's extremely busy, so it's hard to get any shots.
So with that, the Cherry Blossom Festival was officially underway.
Oh, that's
Cherry
fun.
Blossom Festival.
The Cherry Blossom Festival in DC isn't just a celebration of spring, but it's also a celebration of cultures that spans a multi-week experience of events and sites that sees a mass of visitors descend on the US Capitol. More than 3,000 trees were gifted to America by the people of Japan in 1912. There are apparently 2 varietals of cherry trees, with the second variety blooming approximately 2 weeks after the tidal basin trees, which gives you a window to see them if you happen to miss the first blooms. We found the tidal basin extremely busy. Apparently, the cherry blossoms draw 1.5 million people to the DC area every year.
So this is the annual kite festival. And what a turnout it is. My goodness, I don't think I've ever seen so many kites in the air simultaneously.
Everyone in DC is here for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Fortunately for them, there is a breeze. It's a bloody cold breeze. But yeah, the flights are going, I mean, the kites are going well.
I'm just glad I'm not flying the kites.
There have been a few casualties already that we've seen. Caught in the trees. Some very unhappy chappies.
Luckily, I know how to make my chappy happy. With coffee, of course.
Just want to be honest about it. This is bloody good coffee.
Good.
This is our second Bluestone Lane coffee.
Yes. I've got the 12-ounce bag of beans for $16.
Chocolate.
They're good. Vegan. Okay, I'm gonna have to try too.
this is a lovely courtyard. Nice spot, huh?
Absolutely.
Glad we found it. Preferring a less crowded experience, we heard rumours of additional lesser known locations for viewing the cherry blossoms. So we hopped onto the metro and headed out to Bethesda in Maryland. It didn't take us long to find our way from the metro station to the cherry blossoms. In fact, we knew we were on the right track, judging by the number of, you guessed it, the number of people.
Sure. Cool, huh? Even this far out, look at all these cherry blossoms. But also look at all these people. Even this far out of DC,
And cars.
the crowds have descended. Although this does have a calmer vibe than,
It's a calmer vibe, but
Than
it's
the
the
tidal
cars,
basin.
I think, that spoil it.
Yeah.
People are too lazy to walk,
out
and
the
we
car.
shouldn't say lazy because we're on the scooters, but
I think scooters are still a much better option than
because we are pushing
the
them most of the
cars.
way. But
Yeah.
to come and look at this vista out your car windscreen.
Yeah. So we are in a suburb called Kenwood, which is out in the Bethesda area, and this is a obviously known area alternative to the tidal basin, which is supposedly quieter. It is definitely quieter, but it's still bloody busy. And this is just a lovely neighborhood with stately homes, and I think they said nearly 2,000 different cherry blossom trees. And there's even the quintessential lemonade stand. Does it get more American than that? Let's go.
Let's carry on.
Cool.
Later that same week, we headed out at sunset to the Washington Monument for one more cherry blossom location scouting.
Cold.
Don't
It was
have
a
my...
quick scoot, but it was a cold scoot.
Yeah, thanks, Bill. Yes, we are walking on the highway.
Look at it, no barriers. This is the most bizarre thing.
And we're conveniently close to a cemetery.
And so from our house, we just conveniently walk around Arlington Cemetery,
Yes.
and then we get to Memorial Bridge, huh?
Yep, we're on our way to a outdoor jazz in the park session, which is part of the whole Cherry Blossom Festival.
Cherry blossoms, I think, are long gone.
Yeah, they've been blown away.
Arlington Cemetery has its own metro station.
It's quite chilly today, hence we decided to walk and not scoot. A few days ago, we were jogging right here and it was boiling, like 30 degrees Celsius.
It was in the 80s.
Crazy. And now we're walking with our winter jackets again.
My hands are frozen, my ear, my nose.
Yeah. Rude. Thank you to the Dutch.
And so this is Memorial Bridge. It must be so cold on the water. Lincoln's Memorial.
And the Watergate Steps, which is a lovely spot for sunsets. We see people come here and bring picnics and do their workouts after work. It's very cool.
It's still amazing to me, not for you, but seeing so many people about.
I was just thinking that like if there's there's lots of things we can say about America, and one of them is there are so many people. So many people, just people everywhere. We're so gonna come here and do picnics when the weather's warm. This is lovely.
Absolutely. There we go. That's a peaceful day.
Okay, we're not staying very long. Jeez, that was not the chilled jazz vibes I was expecting, like Saturday
There's no
afternoon
jazz
jazz.
there whatsoever.
No.
That is biggest bass.
Yeah, there was so much bass, my clothes were shaking on my body.
So we hopped on the metro and headed to the Navy Yard riverfront for something a little more chilled. Here we found the Petalpalooza Festival.
Wax and art. That's a long queue. That's so cool. That's so cool.
That's what people.
You can just imagine the hand signals that are getting immortalized. Yeah. So we have finally made it to the Navy Yard, the riverfront.
Yeah, it's cold.
It's so cold. The temperature has seriously dropped. We're actually here, hopefully, to see some fireworks. But in the meantime, we're going to have a nosy around and see what else is going on.
For warm coffee.
Oh, this is a bit more vibey.
I thought I was tall.
As you can tell by Jean's expression, we were in dire need of warm coffee. So we found one of the only open nearby places that served hot beverages to go. And before long, we were exiting through the crowded entranceway, filled up and ready to have some fun.
So happy now.
Got our, well, you got coffee, I got hot chocolate.
Coffee for the one.
Yes. So now we can warm up and brave the cold.
Leading our 81 chase branches to DMV, 20 of which are here in DC, the city I call home. Yeah, DC. And we are incredible music and certainly a lot of fun.
Once the music started, the atmosphere took on a festive quality, and soon it wasn't the coffee keeping us warm.
Are you happy to see me?
but rather our silliness, dance moves, and attempts at singing along to the epic 90s cover music. The light faded, the music got louder, and our singing got worse. But as we say in South Africa, we had a jaw. This was a surprisingly fun finale to the Cherry Blossom Festival for us. We didn't expect to enjoy it as much as we did, and it felt like a significant way to usher in a new season here in DC with such hedonistic intention. We've come to appreciate the distinct change from winter to spring, just like we did summer to autumn and autumn to winter. There's a sense of ceremony to this passage of time and turning of pages to a new chapter. Like the blooming of a bud that reveals itself for a short time, we must appreciate each new chapter while it lasts, knowing that a new one is waiting to be experienced not too far behind.
That was insane!
Until next time, bye.